So here we are with part 2 of the 65 Fastback resto mod. I have everything in the same spots. I just took the dolly cart from underneath the 65 and I just went ahead and drilled out the spot welds that were attached in the original pillars, A and B, and this cowl side panel, just so I could peel that up off of the rockers. So I've probably spent, and this is probably every sheet metal job that I do, I probably spend an hour or two thinking of the right process of what comes first and how I want to do each shell, because every shell is a little bit different. A lot of times I like to use the original outer rockers if I can, because that's probably one of the worst reproduction parts. So if you can save them, I would, but these are so far gone and twisted. That side's hit on the A pillar. Actually, it's bent in a little bit. So these definitely need change. So I'm going to detach them. I have some door bars that I'm going to tack in place to hold the structure together, because once I get rid of that center piece, those are just going to flop in and out from each other, which I have measurements on certain parts of this. Like I measured off of the front face of this, the lip on the inner rocker to the face of this A pillar to give me kind of a reference for that. And the same thing I did with the lip of the B pillar on how long the quarter panel is to the back edge of this. The other side, they're both rusted off, so I couldn't even get that measurement. But later on, I'll also measure a new quarter panel, how long that span is, to try and make things right whenever I set my new B pillar in. Lots of measurements that can be done, and that's the big tip, is always measure everything. So I have all those spot welds drilled out. I'm going to tack my door bars in, and then I'm going to blast these apart with the air hammer, detach all that. I'm going to drop this down onto the ground. And then what I've decided to do on the floor pan is I'm going to take the rockers that I've been supplied with, which is an outer and an inner already attached. And these are kind of an older part. They're a couple years old for sure. So I think they're a little bit better than the new stuff that they have. So, and like I said, they have the inner rocker on. So I'm going to take this inner rocker off of the floor pan, weld those new inners and outers on, so I have the whole rockers in place, and then I'll transfer the body over onto this floor, onto the new platform here. So that's what's going to get done in this video. Everything I need to that I just said there to be able to get the body at least vice gripped onto the new platform. So I'm going to get started and yeah, get this thing going. So now I'm at the point where I can set the new rockers in place. I got the original inner rockers gone. I'm going to spray some paint inside this rear torque box now that I can get to the inside of it easily. So I'll mask that stuff off. Spray in there quick, and then I'll set the new rockers up in place, and I'm just button my end of my rocker. I checked them out beforehand to make sure that they were the same length as the original inner rockers that just came off. So I'm just going to butt them up, put them up in place. The rear portion here of the torque box is going to set bottom level with the bottom of the rocker. And then at the front, just adjusting floor pan height. You want it pretty close to even gap. Once you set this in place, you'll see like this lip that hangs down on this torque box is about at least the gap that you're going to want to have the whole way along there. It's not entirely critical. It could vary a little bit, but one thing you might want to check is your floor supports. You could set, like for example, I could set this rocker in place, set my floor supports in place, or my seat platforms up in here, and make sure that it's down enough on the top side, because I've seen it before where they'll weld these floors in, weld that seat platform in. Floor and seat platform are too high on the rocker that your door sill plate in the end is going to end up hitting the top of your seat platform. So there's things here and there that do matter, and you can have some variances more some places than others, but you just want to check things if you're not sure in the end. But hopefully that gives you some ideas on what to look for if you're doing something like that. So I'm gonna set those in place, probably go along and either weld them in completely or just tack them along, and then I'm gonna drop this body actually down on the floor to make it easier for myself to get the shell in place, because I do this all by myself. So you'll see me get in there and I stand up, I put my back on the bottom of the roof and I lift it up into place. And then after I get that on there, I'll just jack it back up onto stands, and it'll look somewhat like a car, and I'll keep going from there. So I'm going to get started on all that. Now I have the body sitting on. I have it at the measurement marks that I want it to be at. kind of basing off of the front edge of this A-pillar with a mark that I had measurement-wise from the front of this inner rocker back. I made a mark, and that's where I brought that A-pillar to. Same with the back end. I have a mark that I lined the B-pillar up with. And then on the inside, just for now, I'm kind of going off of, I've always found that these notches that they have in here rest on the rocker lip. So you kind of butt that up against it and clamp it tight on both sides. And originally this flap, you can see how it's got some surface rust on it. It actually goes in between the inner and the outer, but these are welded together, so I'm just going to weld it on the inside of the car, which is no problem. But you can kind of see how it follows the transition pan with the wheelhouses. I'm going to knock some of that out because I need to drop the back end a little bit. But there's so much flex in this body. And like I said, it was hit before, which you can kind of see over here. This plate should be pretty close to flat on this. It was hit in pretty hard there at some point. But I have the body sitting where I want it to be. I'm going to tack weld the A-pillars, B-pillars, just where they're at. They're getting changed, so I'm not fully welding them in. I just want to tack them so they sit at the right height where I have it. And then the next video will be kind of getting into all this cowl firewall area. Not 100% sure of the sequence until I get into it, but I got to change the cowl side panels, both sides. I need to put the firewall in, and then the upper lower cowl, and do the dash also, and then the A-pillars in that bunch as well. And then I am going to put torque boxes in the front, which 65, 66 did not come with torque boxes unless it was a convertible, but I always add them in because it is a huge strength stiffener for these cars, because it ties in frame rail to rocker to floor pan. It just ties in all that area there. It really makes a big difference. So if you have an early car, I would always recommend putting torque boxes in it. So that'll be in part of videos too. I'm not sure how far we'll get in the next one. I got to where I wanted to on this video, just setting the body on for today. And then going from there, like I said, I'm going to tack that stuff, and then I'll start tackling all these pieces here in the next video. So I appreciate you watching the video, and give it a thumbs up, share it. I'm going to keep rolling on these, keep it going, keep giving some tips along the way. That's mostly what I like with doing these videos, is trying to help out a little bit for someone. It's not just because I just want to put videos out there. I'd like to try and help out with someone, because I know what it takes to do these, and it's pretty costly to do entire sheet metal jobs like this. So if it helps someone be able to do it at their own garage, just even if it's bits and pieces, that's a win. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.